We've said this a lot of times on this show when we talk about the Heisman. We try not to talk too much Heisman because, one, y'all don't seem to care about it. Two, it's a game, or it's an award rather, that's won in games played in November. But I got to say this out loud because I think it needs to be mentioned. Prediction: Reuben Bain is going to be a Heisman finalist. Reuben Bain, defensive lineman from Miami. Right now, y'all, this is ridiculous. He is the leading tackler for the Miami defense. As a D lineman, 26 tackles. Usually you have a linebacker lead your team in tackles, a safety if you got to rally up and play run support or you're just not that great up front. Reuben Bain is wrecking shop right now, and it's been a little bit more quiet around the Heisman buzz for him. You see him in our Heisman rankings every single week over on the On3 socials. He's floating around the top 10. Shout out Andy Staples. He was the first one to put him on his Heisman top 10, so Andy's kind of the one leading the charge here that I'm definitely on board with right now. To win the Heisman as a defensive player, it's kind of a different standard. Like, we talk about quarterbacks playing their best ball in November and, having a great showing in a Heisman moment on a conference title stage or a rivalry weekend stage. To be considered for the Heisman as a defensive player, you just got to kind of be that annoying fly that's buzzing around the Heisman voters' face every week of the college football season, really. Got to be consistent. Reuben Bain started that buzz for himself with the performance he had against Notre Dame. He's sacking C.J. Carr. He's getting an interception. Right away, it was like, oh, that dude's different. Maybe we should account for him as being one of the best players in college football, regardless of what position he's playing. And then he's continued that so far, again, being the leading tackler for Miami as a defense, which has been awesome. But here's why I think he's about to really shoot up these Heisman rankings, if you will. I personally will have him a lot higher if he does what I think he's going to do these next few weeks. Miami's about to play a couple of offensive lines that are just ripe fruit for the picking for a one Reuben Bain. The sack rate of the teams they have left to play are just abysmal. Louisville, Friday night this week, ranked 105th when it comes to sack rate. Reuben Bain, about to just destroy them. Stanford, 120th in college football when it comes to sack rate. Syracuse, not bad, 85th. Not bad relative to Stanford being at 120. NC State, 81st. Like, the best team they're going to play when it comes to sack rate is a mobile quarterback in Kevin Jennings and SMU, and they're 55th in college football. Like, Virginia Tech, 112th. Pitt, 110th. Reuben Bain is about to myrtleize these guys, y'all. Like, I'm talking about stuffing the stat sheet. They're going to be, a freaking ant with a sledgehammer in this situation. It's not going to be pretty. So what I'm expecting is Reuben Bain to, what I just said, destroy these offensive lines. Two, probably stuff the stat sheet pretty well. A couple of multi-sack games on deck for my guy. You're going to see it over an elongated period of time. You're going to see it in the month of November because he's built up this Heisman campaign to really take off in the month of November. But, again, the sack rate teams he's going to play in Syracuse, NC State, Virginia Tech, and Pitt. SMU is the first game in November, but outside of that, there's no team better than 85th in college football protecting their quarterback. You got to protect your quarterback against, even if they double team him, I still think he's going to eat greedy. Now, to put the cherry on top here, I think Miami wants to get him the Heisman Trophy, at the very least. I know they want to get him to New York City. We had Mario Cristobal on this show, and he was pretty straight up like, yeah, when we got a guy who's in position for some postseason accolades, we're going to do all we can to help them achieve those accolades. He said on the Pat McAfee show, if we got the Heisman conversation going here in the month of November, we're going to get Reuben Bain some plays on offense. So I'm just saying now, be very alert to these games in November where they're playing Virginia Tech. They're up by 3 touchdowns. Reuben Bain lined up at running back maybe. Give him the rock on the 2-yard line. Let him punch it in. And I love it too whenever guys in the month of November just like make it pretty clear they want the Heisman Trophy. A little Heisman pose. Just saying like, hey, just so you know, I want that thing. Hey, voters, I know y'all just check stats and highlights, but check the highlights and see me hit this Heisman pose. Put me on your ballot. I think that's in the cards. I think that is very much so in the cards. So it's production, it's runway, it's the position he's put himself in already with the way that he's played to this point. Reuben Bain, mark my words, I don't know if he wins the Heisman, but he will be in New York City in that green room or in that theater, whatever it is, when they announce the Heisman Trophy winner. I don't know if it'll be Reuben Bain, but he is absolutely at this point deserving of being in that conversation. And when he does what he does in the month of November against these poor offensive lines, it's going to be a conversation that is ramped up in a very real way, and the production will prove as much. Okay, so that's got to be we got to make sure that's said out loud. I don't think it's being said nearly enough when it comes to Reuben Bain and his Heisman candidacy. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about him as a Heisman guy, but in terms of what he's about to do with that runway, it's going to be nasty.